for today's special episode, we're starting outside because this time we're going to learn all about pollinators.
So, pollinators is a big buzzword. We've all heard everything about how important they are to life on Earth, and indeed they are. So we're out here in the pollinator garden at the Botanic Garden, and behind us is flowering plants full of native bees. So pollinators are super important because they basically help plants reproduce. The most important pollinators are the bees by far because they're the only insects that actively collect pollen to feed their larvae. So while lots of other insects pollinate, like butterflies and moths, flies, lacewings, wasps, hornets, the bees are the only ones.
Flies and mosquitoes too.
And mosquitoes, yes. Male mosquitoes pollinate. Actually, females will visit flowers as well.
And ants, right?
Oh, ants too, yeah. So a lot of insects pollinate, but bees actually collect that pollen, so they move around way more than any other insect that just does it by accident when they're drinking nectar.
So exciting. I can't wait to learn more about pollinators. But Jason, I do have one quick question.
Yeah.
So I heard a lot about honeybees and how they're not indigenous to here. Can you tell me a little bit more about that?
Yeah, so honeybees are native to Eurasia. They're Africa and Europe, and then you have about 7 different species in Eurasia. The one that's been sort of domesticated is the known as the European or Western honeybee, Apis mellifera, and all the ones you see in the Western Hemisphere are not native. They're here because of apiculture, because of humans growing them to help pollinate their orchards. They're very important for things like tree fruit and tree nuts, as well as other crops. But yeah, they're really not that important to our ecology because they're not native. In fact, in some places they can displace some of our native bees. So there's a little bit of a double-edged sword there with the honeybees.
Awesome. Well, I cannot wait to learn more about all of these different kinds of bees. So we have these fancy nuts here. So join us next week when we're going to go out and find some bees.
Yep, we'll get up close and personal with our favorite local pollinators.